Well, hello everyone. Good afternoon. How is everybody doing today after lunch? I have the opportunity to address you with a full stomach, but thank you very much for the opportunity today, specifically to Stratbase writ large. Thank you, Professor Monette. Thank you so much for inviting me and have this opportunity to share my perspective as the U.S. Pacific Fleet Commander. Truly honored, as I've had this opportunity to meet some of you, to be part of this distinguished group. So on behalf of the Pacific Fleet, it's an honor to be here. And I thought, what a great opportunity to talk to you a little bit as we celebrate this milestone anniversary of the arbitral ruling. I thought I would share just two major trends that I see in the South China Sea, the West Philippine Sea. First, there's a growing recognition that what happens in the West Philippine Sea is part of a larger regional picture. We can see that China's unlawful claims to control over the entire South China Sea are linked to its broader push for hegemony in the region. Just as China has increased its deployments and aggressive tactics in the West Philippine Sea, it has intensified its rehearsals for invasion and blockade of Taiwan. For the U.S. Pacific Fleet, our mission is to deter aggression across the Indo-Pacific, together with our allies and partners, and to prevail in combat if necessary. That mission of deterrence applies region-wide, including the West Philippine Sea and Taiwan. A conflict or crisis in either place would endanger the interest of countries across the region who rely on the flow of maritime commerce and put their prosperity at risk. Second, deterrence, despite its challenges, in my opinion, is holding the line in the West Philippine Sea. In the last several years, China has deployed a growing number of vessels to harass and coerce Southeast Asian states in their own waters. It has used artificial island bases it has built as springboards for those actions. China's tactics have also grown steadily and more aggressive, with rammings, water cannons, lasers, and sometimes worse. A year ago, we saw that violence on video at the Second Thomas Shoal, where China Coast Guard used axes and blades to injure a Philippine sailor conducting resupply. But despite these bully tactics, it's clear at this 9th anniversary of this arbitral ruling that China has failed to intimidate Southeast Asian claimants into surrendering their sovereign rights. In fact, we've seen a laudable resilience and resolve to defend their maritime rights in the face of mounting pressure. Nearly all Southeast Asian littoral states are now prioritizing stronger maritime capabilities. Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam have all sustained or expanded their offshore oil and gas work in their South China Sea EEZs. Perhaps the most compelling example, however, is in the Philippines, which has shown in the face of heavy pressure, firm and strong defending of your sovereign rights with dignity and strength. It continues to sustain its garrison of brave Marines at Second Thomas Shoal, as an example. The AFP and the Philippine Coast Guard are modernizing their capabilities and deploying proactively to defend their maritime rights. By shining a media light on China's intimidation tactics at sea, the Philippines has shown public exposure can be a vital tool to blunt coercion. Its expansion of defense partners has also bolstered defenses, from expanding reciprocal access agreements to inviting a growing range of maritime partners for cooperative patrols and exercises in the West Philippine Sea. The U.S. Navy is proud to be among those partners. Supplementing this Southeast Asian resilience, the actions of the United States, I would argue, have had a real deterrent effect as well. The U.S. and the U.S. Pacific Fleet, in particular, happens to be biased, but in particular, is privileged to be a friend, partner, or ally with nearly every nation bordering the South China Sea. For our Department of Defense and our Navy, the Indo-Pacific is the priority theater. That is reflected in the strength of our Pacific Fleet. Over 200 ships, 1,300 aircraft, and 150,000 personnel. That's about 60% of the U.S. Navy and includes our most advanced capabilities. On any given day, around 1/3 of our units are deployed. Another 1/3 are combat ready. Today, there are 3 Pacific Fleet carrier strike groups deployed, with more preparing for deployment as we speak. The USS George Washington Carrier Strike Group just patrolled the Philippine Sea and finished its visit to Manila. The USS America Amphibious Readiness Group, which is based in Japan, is near Australia right now for the major exercise Talisman Sabre. On top of that, we have numerous forward deployed destroyers, littoral combat ships, submarines, and aircraft that continue to patrol the region. In addition, this strong contribution of allies and partners, many which are represented here today, has had a powerful cumulative effect on strengthening deterrence. While China has ignored the arbitral ruling, the rest of the world has not. The ruling's rejection of China's claim and its endorsement of the Philippines' EEZ has become the widely accepted view. It is explicitly endorsed by a growing number of states, especially those who consistently champion freedom of the seas. One of the clearest signs of ally and partner solidarity is the robust series of maritime joint combined exercises across the region. Those include Balikatan right here in the Philippines. With credit to our Philippine hosts, Balikatan 2025 was the largest ever, with forces from the Philippines, United States, Australia, Japan for the first time, and 16 other nations observing. Multilateral exercises like Balikatan are a reminder that deterrence is a team sport. We are all in need to do our part, and we must continue to build deterrence for the challenges ahead. So what can we expect in the South China Sea, the West Philippine Sea in this coming year? First, we can expect China to continue to try to divide and pressurize the Philippines and other Southeast Asian countries over the South China Sea. This may come in various forms. It could be behind-the-scenes coercion to stay silent when China's ships harass oil and gas or fisheries in other countries' EEZs. It could mean China offering inducements to buy silence or to look the other way as their Coast Guard or maritime militia assert their control. It might mean sweet words such as, let's jointly develop your resources, that are actually an invitation to arrangements that risk implicit recognition of Beijing's ownership. Claimant states would be wise to compare notes and stay vigilant to these tactics. That will help preserve unfettered access to their sovereign rights and jurisdictions over resources in their EEZs. Second, I think we need to continue or improve our collective ability to deter aggression. We should continue to train and exercise together in meaningful ways. The U.S. Pacific Fleet is always ready to work with you to strengthen deterrence and show no individual country can be pushed around. As the Secretary of Defense said most recently at the Shangri-La Dialogue, no one should doubt America's commitment to the Indo-Pacific, allies, and its partners. For proof of that commitment, look no further than the ironclad alliance between the Philippines and the United States. The Philippines is America's oldest security treaty ally in the Indo-Pacific since 1951, and our alliance grows stronger than ever. Today, we operate with our Philippine allies as equals. Our alliance has gained dramatic momentum and evolved significantly in the last few years. Together, we are increasing infrastructure investments at agreed sites in the Philippines to support combined training, exercises, interoperability, and disaster response. We're bringing advanced capabilities and training to the Philippines and deepening our collaboration on defense industry and cyber defense, as announced most recently by Secretary Hegseth and Secretary Teodoro in March. This momentum in our alliance is hugely encouraging, and the cause is enduring. That cause is freedom. Freedom to safeguard national sovereignty and pursue your people's prosperity without coercion or threat of force. Earlier today, I paid my respects at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at the National Heroes Cemetery. It stands not far from the Manila American Cemetery, where many Americans fallen are laid to rest. It reminded me not only of the shared sacrifice of allies, but of how vital it is to show our resolve to uphold your rights, whether your nation is large or small. For my part, and our part in the U.S. Pacific Fleet, we will continue to stand with the Philippines and our other allies to uphold sovereignty and the freedoms we all hold dear. I truly appreciate and thank everyone for allowing me to be here today, express a couple of my views, and I think this time together has been very important. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you.